Tiger Woods has been a ghost for nearly 2 years. The 15-time major champion, the man who once dominated golf like no other, has not played a competitive round since missing the cut at the 2024 Open Championship. He missed the Masters, he skipped the PGA Championship, he was absent from the US Open, and he did not enter the Open. For the second straight year, the King was absent from every major. But now, for the first time, a 4-time major champion has revealed something that nobody expected, and what he said has stunned the golf world. Ernie Els has known Tiger Woods for decades. They have battled on the biggest stages, shared locker rooms, and built a mutual respect that transcends rivalry. And now, Els has revealed something that nobody expected. Tiger is warming to the idea of playing competitive golf again. He's always welcome, he knows that. We had the discussion about the Champions Tour, and he asked me about it, and he started warming to it. The admission is stunning. For years, Woods has insisted that his focus remains on the PGA Tour, on the majors, on the biggest stages. But his body has other ideas. At 50, with a fused back, a disc replacement, and a body that has been through more surgeries than most players could survive, the Senior Tour has become an increasingly attractive option. "I've had a fused back and now a disc replacement, so it's challenging," Woods said earlier this year. "And now I entered a new decade, so that number is starting to sink in and has us thinking about the opportunity to be able to play in a cart." The man who once walked 72 holes with a broken leg is now considering the Senior Tour. But it's not the end, it's a new beginning.
The biggest obstacle to Woods' return has never been his swing, it's been his body. The 15-time major winner has undergone multiple back surgeries, including a disc replacement in October 2025. He ruptured his Achilles tendon in March 2024, an injury that sidelined him for months. The man who once dominated the sport is now fighting just to walk 18 holes. But the PGA Tour Champions offer something the main tour cannot, the use of a golf cart. In 3-round, 54-hole events, players are allowed to ride, and that could be the key to Woods' return. That's something that, as I said, I won't do out here on this tour because I don't believe in it, but on the Champions Tour, that's certainly that opportunity. Els echoed that sentiment. "I think it can only be beneficial to him. He will get himself in golf shape. You can ride a cart without any shame, and if there was one guy that should be able to drive a cart, it's him." The man who once refused to ride in a cart on the PGA Tour is now considering it as his only path back to competitive golf. Woods' presence on the Champions Tour would be transformative. The senior circuit, which operates mostly in moderate to small markets, has never had a star of his magnitude. "Tiger has always been pretty quiet about his plans for the future," said Jim Furyk, host of the Constellation Furyk and Friends event. "The Champions Tour would obviously love to know his plans, and for us, the players, would love to have him come out. His impact would be incredible, but Tiger is Tiger. He plays things close to the vest." Els has been the most vocal advocate. He has been knocking on Tiger's door, trying to convince him to join the senior circuit. "I'll keep knocking on his door. I think this is the type of golf course that would really suit him." Retief Goosen, another major champion who has battled back injuries, encouraged Woods to make the leap. "I think it would be great practice for him and see where he is with his game and get loosened up and playing again," Goosen said. The men who once battled Woods for supremacy are now begging him to join them on the Senior Tour.
The Furyk and Friends event, scheduled for Palm Coast, Florida in October 2026, has already created a contingency plan in case Woods decides to compete. "We've thought and obviously planned for that scenario," tournament director Adam Renfro said. "We haven't been given any indication of whether he will play or not, so we'll certainly prepare for him to play and be able to react in any scenario. We have a plan in place if Tiger were to commit and play, which we want him to, of course, but we will just scale up that plan," Renfro said. "The golf world is preparing for Tiger's return. The only question is whether he will actually show up." While the golf world speculates about Woods' return, his legal battle continues to rage. Woods was arrested in March 2026 for misdemeanor DUI following a rollover crash near his Jupiter Island, Florida home. He blew zeros on a breathalyzer, but police found hydrocodone pills in his possession. He was granted permission to leave the country for treatment based on his physician's recommendation. He traveled to Switzerland on April 3rd for a 90-day therapy program. A Florida judge has allowed investigators to obtain Woods' prescription medication records from a Palm Beach pharmacy going back to Jan 1st. The records were requested by prosecutors to determine whether medication played a role in the incident. The legal battle lines have been drawn, and the war is far from over.
Woods' absence from competitive golf isn't just about his body. It's also about his responsibilities away from the course. He is a member of the PGA Tour's Policy Board and the chairman of the Future Competitions Committee. He's a busy guy. He's got a lot of responsibility, Els said. He's always been very busy, shifting around the last 4 or 5 years, a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Woods has been heavily involved in the structural shift of the PGA Tour, helping to develop the new 2-tier system that will go into effect in 2028. It's a role that has kept him engaged with the sport, even as his body has kept him off the course. The man who once dominated the sport is now helping to shape its future. Tiger Woods' shocking new tour move may be closer than anyone expected. Ernie Els has revealed that the 15-time major champion is warming to the idea of the PGA Tour's champions. The golf world is preparing for his return, and the man who once said he'd never ride in a cart is now considering it as his only path back to competitive golf. The questions now are impossible to ignore. Will Woods actually join the Champions Tour? Can his body hold up to even the reduced schedule? And what does his potential return say about the pressures of professional golf? One thing is certain, the man who once said he believes in major championships is not done yet, and the golf world will be watching every move.